All right, welcome back. So last time we came up with a little bit of a snafu in the last video, where I'm just going to lay this down very carefully. As you can see, I still got my foam pads there. So I put the GPU in, only so that we can get a picture with it in for the showcase. But the radiator, we couldn't get it through because the included screws for it, which are, these ones. So they're M4s, but they're only 6mm. And that would work out if we were just going through standard metal, like on a standard case, to get into the radiator. But this is acrylic on all sides. And the acrylic is probably almost a centimetre thick on every panel. I'd probably say 8mm, which is why over here I had to run to my hardware store and grab something. So I got M4, I got the 10mm, I grabbed some 15s, and I grabbed some 16s. So no matter what size we actually need, I've got it covered now. So I'm not going to have to run into that issue again, because that sucked. But there was another thing that I did come up to that I forgot about. When the power supply goes in, which is behind the GPU there, I should have inserted this piece, which is the Singularity computers. It's their power board. So it's why we had to get this very specific GPU. Now I'll pull it out, make it a lot easier to see. Is what happens is these here actually go into the GPU like that, and then come out with the ports going that way. That way we don't have to run such extensive cabling to get from the power supply all to everything on the motherboard. It's also the reason they included the 24-pin and 8-pin ribbon cables. So they're very, very thin, 2 or 3mm maybe. And that's so that once you've got it in here, you can run the short cabling into where you need to, and it doesn't take up too much room. Now, I'm going to just get this GPU out, and then we're going to start getting, I believe, the radiator installed. No, not the radiator. We're just talking about the power board. I'm going to get the power board installed. All right, let's get these out. And they're the little longer ones. They go in this one. Ooh, one of the short ones made it. No. Oh, that's the completely different one. Of course it is. So that's... ooh. I think a cat hair got onto it. Ugh. It's all right. So we've got the panel out of the way. I'm going to move the GPU, the rad out of the way, and then we're going to get that power board in, which is a very interesting one because, as I said, I've never worked with this case. So I could have sat there, looked up some YouTube tutorials and figured out how to do it and all that. But I figured, there's the fun in that. I'm just going to turn that slightly and I'll set those two out of the way until we need them. Now that's right. This entire case is a difficult one. Well, not difficult, just annoying. It is all done with Allen keys. All right, now just grab this little screw out quickly. And it should be. Oh, it was the first one. There. Now that was a short one. Yep. All right, so I'll turn this around so you can watch what I'm doing. Got those foam pads just to keep it off the table when I lay it down because I'm trying to be very careful. So I've turned that around. You know what? I can turn that a bit further, make it even easier to see. All right, let's start by removing this. Oh, that's right. It was two different sizes. So now that one's set up, let's grab this tool out. I'll get the Allen key in this one. Oh. Well, that one was. These are a little out of order. I'm a bit slack on putting them backward. That's not even close. All right, you know what? This will be easier. Should be. That one. Nope, that's that one. Yep. And it was that size. Why am I not getting it in there? Huh. I mean, really the tiny little one. Yeah, it is too. Lean it a little bit so I don't accidentally touch the case. Very much so wants to touch the case on me. And of course that's not far enough. This tool is honestly ridiculous. Which means it should just be very simple. That one. This tool's just so much better to work with. And you know what? Wonder if any of this will get cut in editing, because right now I look like a dingleberry. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's definitely not that one. Yeah. You know what? That one. Out of the way. I'll mount that again later. You just have to loosen those screws, which is... I'm going to sit them with the brace off to the side. Oh. Now, should be a clip there to release that latch. Okay. Now, I still have the bag for that one, because while I sit it off to the side, it stay as pretty as possible. Alright, now this rad, as we just talked about, I wasn't able to find screws for. And you know what? Once again, I'm going to lay down stuff. Just because why not? Alright, now that we've done that, we can actually get that power board installed. As soon as I move the power supply, because right now it's in the wrong spot. Which that's always fun. I'm going to slide it back a bit. And now we're coming to the... Which size was it again? Which is insane that these are out of order, because these ones I've always put back. Okay. Well, the 2's too much. And the 1.5's too small. Okay. Back to getting this little tool out. There's one. And second one out of there quickly. And 2. Because this GPU slides in there. So we've got a power board into it. And the power board goes through there and into the other side, which isn't going to work without taking off the back panel. Because, hey, why should it be easy? That's right, it shouldn't be. And of course, those are the other ones. One that I had to pick up over and over. That one. That screw. That should just be this one. And they put a couple on just so I could take some pictures for an early showcase that we did last Sunday, I believe it was. Or at least it was at the point of this recording. I'll hold that while I undo this. Alright. Now, I don't know how well you can see it. There's these three little notches here, which is power board here. On the other side, it actually slides in and clicks into it. So, turn that back around. Oh, look at that. I broke the table a bit. Lucky. This table's just for building on. Alright, so this actually slides into one of those. Now we can go that one. Alright, now they're lined up. No, of course they don't line up. Why wouldn't they just line up? There we go. Now, probably going to be recommended to have done this. The GPU on the outside. So let's see if I can get that off nice and easily, because it's not quite sitting flush with it. We'll pull that out slightly. I'll just sit that there. And if you'll remember, we'll just slide this one. Now, double check everything that does line up. Interesting. So this is the very specific GPU. Where will it be? There. It's the SFXL 1000 watt. I'm actually drawing a bit of a blank on the model name of this one. The Loki. Is it Loki? Yeah, so that does line up. It's funny. If it lines up, that doesn't go in nicely. Very delicate with it. That's where it lines up. It's not touching anything in there that it shouldn't. They must have just made it very flush. Is that like... There we go. No, that's still not in all the way. Yeah, so I think I was right. It's the Loki Platinum 1000 watt from ROG. It's the one that their website specifically told us to use. Which doesn't make sense why that wouldn't go in flush then. It's just not being flush. So let's pull that back out. Do that nice and softly. PCB is not bent. Each socket's at the right height. Yeah, that's actually interesting. Now, I know sometimes GPUs come with a little rule for error when it comes to this bit, but that is so flush. I don't even see a couple mil off, which is within regulation. It'd be a little hard, but all of that is very smooth against there. It's a bit of an interesting one. Alright, so power board goes in, click in there. That goes in, where's the long one there, the long one there. Easy peasy. Alright, so definitely lines up. That's a funny one. Huh. Yeah, see, they all slide in halfway. Alright, let's get this GPU back in and figure that out. The GPU definitely goes in this way, which has the fan blowing out the back, which they've actually got a little cavity for. Now, graphics card, not graphics card. PSU had a bracket. So that goes on the inside. And it should be the PSU connects to. However, I'm not 100% sure how. So, I'm going to pause this. I'm just going to take 5 minutes to read the manual because, well, I guess I don't have to say it again. Not 100% certain how that goes in. And so I'm going to do it now. Thank you, everyone.